Good morning. Hi everybody. This is Sita. It's early in the morning. I'm up on the rooftop and it's going to be another hot day. This is the Shawl Knitter Unplugged and I am coming to you this time from Jodhpur in India, where I am on my 5-month nomadic journey that I do every year. I take a couple of tours, and in between the tours I find a peaceful space to be and recharge and make my makes. I knit, I spin, and I weave. And I do those in kind of equal parts, sort of as it takes me. Right now it's quite hot. The weather is still hot here. It's mid-November and the daytime temperatures are in the lower 30s centigrade. But the mornings and the nights are really lovely and cool. So I come up here onto this rooftop in the morning and I bring my knitting and my coffee. And I sit in this little shady portico, I guess you could call it, and I start the day. The only moving things around me, so I'm basically on about the 3rd floor level, are birds. There's flocks of pigeons that fly around in huge groups and every now and again swoop past my head. And then there are these little flocks of very squawky green parrots, which are so colourful and so chatty. And they sit on the lampposts and squawk away and then fly off and then come back. But otherwise, it's mostly quiet. I don't know if you would have picked up the drumming in the background. There is a temple nearby, and at this time of the morning they have their daily puja or prayer ritual, and they have drums. It's actually a drum machine that they use, and so that goes on for a few minutes, and that's quite lovely. I hope you could hear that. But otherwise it's just, wow, it's so quiet, it's so wonderful. I've had a really exciting month, 1 whole month I've already been here, and a few days in India, and it's been a very exciting time because this month of November, or Cartic as it's called, Cartic, K-A-R-T-I-K, is a very important month. It's the month of the beginning of the Hindu calendar, which starts with Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which was 10 days ago. I think it was on the 5th of November. And then it just escalates with a whole lot of festivals and special days. And yesterday was the full moon, which was a very special day, Cartic Purnima, another lights festival, and always accompanied with lots of fireworks. So, and you know, there's no deadline as to when the day is going to end. So I think at 2 o'clock this morning I was still hearing the bangs going off, but nevertheless, this morning it's silent. I think all those people who were having a really festive time last night are now sleeping. So this is my time. I'm an early riser. It doesn't matter what time I go to sleep or how much sleep I do or don't get. I'm just going to move this a little bit so you can see this gorgeous little statue behind me. I'm laying back on this what's called a charpoy, which is like a traditional woven bed bench affair that one moves around to wherever you need it to be. So in the midst of summer, one would sleep on the roof on this charpoy. And in the winter, one would enjoy the sun. So I'm here in the shadow, because in the sun right now it would be too hot. So I came up with my coffee, and this is the best time of the day for me to knit. Well, especially when I'm knitting with mohair because it's too hot in the rest of the day. So what am I knitting on? I'm finally getting to the very last section of my GOGODynamo. Let me stop reclining and just see if I can show you. So many stitches here, I really wouldn't want to lose them. But I'm on the border. It's nearly there. And it's just very relaxing, you know, at this stage. Just lots of stitches, 600 odd stitches. And I've got another, I'm doing a second black ridge on this border. Then there'll be another layer of pink and then another layer of black. And then I think I'm going to do the final I cord in this lovely bright pink mohair. So that's what I'm knitting this morning. And I'm also working on a test knit, which is quite fun, for Twin Set and Pearls. I love Rachel and Joe's designs, and I think my most favorite shawl that I've knitted, because I'm an absolute mohair addict, I love to use mohair, is the Cecil shawl. Go and take a look at that if you can. I'll link it below. It's an absolutely beautiful and very cleverly made shawl where it's knitted out of lace or fingering weight and it's overlaid in certain geometric patterns with mohair. So it looks like intarsia, but it's not. You just add the mohair in and it's gorgeous. Anyway, I am knitting on a different shawl for them as a test knit, and I'm using, I don't have it upstairs here with me, and I'll tell you, the steps to come up here, they are giant steps. Okay, this is a Haveli, it's a very ancient place, and I don't know, when they made these places, people must have had very long legs because the steps are so deep. So it's a case of once I've come up here, and I think I have counted like 45 or 60, well, I don't know, but the very big steps, you know, up onto the rooftop. So I'm right down on the ground floor, then there's a first floor, and then there's the rooftop. So it's a second story. But, you know, once I'm up here, it's like, oh, if I don't have something, I'm just not going to have it. I'm not going to go down and get it. But I should. Anyway, I'll show that to you next time. This is not going to be a long episode. I just decided this morning that it was so lovely up here, and I did have something to show you that I would just pop in a video and share my lovely environment. And I'll show you, once I've finished talking, I'll show you around a little bit on the roof and my view and where I'm living. So let me tell you where I'm living. I'm living in the Blue City for the next 3 months. And that is, the city's name is Jodhpur, and it's a small city in Rajasthan, which is in and bordering on the Thar Desert in the sort of extreme west of the Indian continent. So it's the northwest, actually. It borders with Pakistan. It's a very interesting state, full of very colorful people, lots of nomadic people, lots of gypsies, actually, original gypsies. As we've now come to know, the gypsies that we thought originated in Romansh and up in Bulgaria, all come from India, and they originated in this area of the Thar Desert. I've just been at a camel fair, the camel fair at Pushkar, which was full of gypsies and nomadic camel herders, very colorful people. Oh, it was amazing. It was very busy and quite dusty, and I knew I was coming to Jodhpur to stay in this beautiful space. So I was very grateful to arrive and to settle in, and I have a huge area, a wing, in fact, of this Haveli where I'm living. My landlady lives in her own wing, and then her daughter has a cottage in the garden, and I have this amazing space with a massive courtyard and sort of outdoor patio covered areas where I do my weaving, which I started yesterday. I hauled out my loom. I've got an Ashford rigid heddle table loom, which folds up. It's a small size. I think the width of it is 30 odd centimeters, but it's so perfect because it fits in a suitcase, or it can actually be a carry-on piece of luggage when flying. So I brought it with me together with a whole suitcase full of yarn. And then I have also got my hands on some wonderful recycled sari silk, which is what I'm experimenting with on the loom. So I think the next time I come up and show you where I am and what's going on, I will have finished the piece that I started yesterday, and I will bring it along and show you, and I will show you the sari silk, because it's really wonderful stuff to work with. So amazing. It's made from the threads. When the saris are spun or woven on machines, you know, they're spun from silk threads, and then there's a lot of waste thread, which is then combed and carded and spun quite roughly into yarn. Such wonderful textures. So this is pure silk, you know, it's really amazing. And as one works it, one can almost see the design that the sari would have had. So it will go in different colorways and waves, and it's really wonderful. It's so exciting. So I'm going to show you that next time. But I just thought today I would just say hello from my blue heaven in Jodhpur. So now I'm going to see if I can give you a little view. I'm going to move around. So there, I don't want to change the camera because it might stop the video. What you can see there is a mountain with a fort on top of it, and in front there's a lovely building that's also a haveli. That's my neighbor. Right, I have switched the camera around, much better. So that is the Mahenga fort on top of the mountain, and this is my rooftop. It's a bit bright in the sun. Then I've got this little covered area. Oops, and I'm caught in my yarn, so I can't walk any further. And this is my little sitting spot in the morning. And this is the charpoy, which is a wonderful bed or sitting place, very comfortable. And there she is, the GOGODynamo, and this is my little angel that rests above me and is my friend in the mornings. So I'm going to leave it there, and I hope you enjoyed this little peep into my life. There's a falcon circling way up in the sky. I bet you can't even really see it. Yes, there it is. Looks so much closer. But there's so many little interesting details up here. This is a bit of a deserted area. Nobody really comes up here except me, and I quite like that. Here's a little tangled kite that got caught. In January there's a kite festival. I'll have to film that for you because that is really stunning. And some amazing details, you know. This carved stone wall. And let me see if I can not make you too dizzy and show you my space. There's another charpoy. That's my dining room table. And that's where I live right now. So thanks for joining me today. There's a plane flying overhead, so it's the best time to say goodbye. Thanks for joining. Bye.